Hey, future Black Life Coach. How are you? Welcome to another late night live Facebook edition that I upload to YouTube. Hey, YouTubers. If you're watching, say hello in the comments. Let me know you've seen this. You guys have been calling and texting and emailing. And if you're on Facebook, you guys have been inboxing. By the way, YouTube, I am Dr. Andrika J. Austin on Facebook. All you have to do is stay connected with me, and I can tell you how to stay connected with me on these social media channels, right? So, jumping on here to talk about something that I hosted not too long ago for people who are interested in becoming certified life coaches. Like I said, you guys have been calling the office after hours, and I do answer the phone sometimes. Sometimes I do. Anyway, I'm chatting with you guys about becoming certified Black women life coaches, especially if you're a Black woman of faith and you're that go-to friend that everybody calls on and they want you to talk to them and listen to them and pray with them and give them advice and tell them what to do. They want to cry on your shoulder. They always want to talk, and they always say, I always feel so much better after I talk to you. You're such a great listener. You're so easy to talk to. You're such a great friend. I knew you would understand. Yeah, you're that friend, right? That's you. You're the strong friend that everybody expects to be okay. Well, sometimes you need to take those as signs because you can link that to making money. That's your cue that it's time to get paid to start helping people have the breakthroughs that you've already been helping them to have for free in their lives, right? A lot of you guys say, Dr. AJ, I am tired of helping people have breakthroughs for free, especially the ones where they go do what you tell them to do and they make money or they have a big promotion or something and don't even come back and thank you. Child, you better put $1 on it. Hey, Tracy, how are you? So for those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Andrika J. Austin. I go by Dr. AJ for short. I have to say doctor like that because it sounds fancy and sophisticated, because it is. But I was recently awarded an honorary doctorate degree in Christian psychology. I love the study of my people, especially Black Christians. We call them AKA church folk. So, how we work, how we think, how we operate, how we serve, how we give, how we love the Lord, and we do it all in the name of ministry and kingdom building, right? Hey, Zachary. So I just jumped on to say hello, and to tell you guys about the Black Life Coach class that I hosted earlier for people who want to become certified, learn how to put a financial gifting, an honorarium, a donation, a price, a charge, a cost, an investment behind that title of helping friends for free. So blacklifecoachclass.com is where to go check it out. It's only $27. And what you're going to learn in the class is amazing. Hey, Coach Naricia. So we have some of our Black Life coaches that'll jump on. Coach Naricia is one of the what we have 37 now. We just officially had our first registration for 2021. I'm like, OMG, it's starting again. Yay! So shouts out to future Black Life Coach, Coach Kelly, as well as future Black Life Coach, Coach Jasmine. Hey girl, hey. She's like, I think I may be the youngest one. So our youngest coach is 22. That's not how old Jasmine is. I had to tell her our youngest coach is 22. My oldest coaching client is, the last time I asked, she was 72. I asked several years ago, so she may be about 75. So if you fall somewhere between 22 and 75, you should be pretty cool getting certified as a life coach. And blacklifecoachclass.com teaches you everything that you want to know in a succinct manner. People say they love training with me because my trainings flow, they're structured. And then I have this thing that I'm able to do. Hey, Shyandra, how are you? And Shyandra is a life coach as well. And so I am a degreed training and development professional. And so I know the 3 basic learning styles, and I incorporate them in all of my teachings. And so, depending on how you learn, whether you're a visual learner and you need to see things, like our coach Marquita Young, our coach Sonia Ashford, they're like, we need to print stuff out. And I know how that is because I'm the same way. I like to print stuff out, especially if it prints in color. OMG. So We like to print in color, staple it, 3-hole punch it, get a 3-ring binder, highlight, take our notes, and we keep the journal forever, ever. So much so that these coaches have encouraged me. I had the idea to do it, but they just pressed me because they asked back to back. I was like, let me go on and do what the Lord told me to do before. So we finally got our Life Coach Certification Training Handbook in print now. Yay! It's in color print, y'all. It's a book, y'all. It's a whole workbook. And so the publishing company came through. So we are mailing some of those out to our new coaches as we speak. And so also, what else was I going to say? Oh, it just goes for the visual learners. So for the visual learners, we got that hands-on. You ain't even got to use your printer. Let the publishing print, child. You just pay to get it shipped to you and cover the cost of the book, and you're good to go. And like I said, we keep that forever. And then you have the people who are visual learners. That's y'all YouTube. Y'all sit and watch my videos. One lady called. She's like, Dr. AJ, I watch your videos on surround sound. You are on my big screen. I was like, Lord have mercy. I know I be acting a fool on your TV. So that's for your visual learners. Y'all like to look at my earrings and my eye makeup, and you talk about my teeth and my skin and my hair and what I got on and my background and the quality of my camera and where am I. Y'all like to see things. You learn visually. So I have to entertain you guys with videos in our trainings as well. And then we have those kinesthetic learners where you can print stuff out for them, you can show them things, but they need to digest the information in their own way by putting their hands on it and demonstrating that they've learned what you just taught. And so we do that with something called co-coaching and community coaching as a part of your life coach certification graduation ceremony, where you get to demonstrate your newly found coaching skills. So I talk about all of that in the Black Life Coach classes over at blacklifecoachclass.com, and you can jump in for only $27. It's a 2-hour masterclass where about 33 ladies, we call them investors, they jumped in this class. They paid their $27. They came and learned. Some of them hung out even later and decided to come get trained and certified with us in our one-day life coach certification training that you'll hear all about. It's over at blacklifecoachclass.com because some of y'all call or text or email and ask for more information, and that's where all the information is. You have to invest in this information and show us that you are serious about the next level in your life and what God has already told you, what your friends have already showed you that you're good at. And that's listening and being there for them as they make breakthroughs in their own life. So we have all of those training components through the Life Coach Certification Training. But if you're not on the level where you're ready to invest wholeheartedly just yet, you can start with the masterclass. So with the 33 investors, we ended up taking the money that they invested for this class, and we offered 2 partial scholarships in honor of my mother, who was one of the first black women entrepreneurs that I knew. And so now that because of the path that she and so many of our ancestors have paved, I'm able to show up as a black woman of faith online, doing my thing, training and certifying other coaches as an entrepreneur. So your investments go to a worthy cause of helping other women. I've had 2 really unique opportunities to continue to pour back into the black community, serving women and helping them get certified in our communities. And so I'm excited about that. So your donation again pours into and gives back. So I just wanted to share that, blacklifecoachclass.com. It is a video training. You will see all the ladies. You also get to meet my coach. His name is Coach Eric. He's the only guy on there, and surrounded by 33 black ladies. And Ivy. Coach Ivy is a Latina lady, and she emailed me. She's like, Dr. AJ, I am not black, but can I still come to the class? And she did. And she signed up, and she got certified with us. So she is our first Latina that's gone through the Life Coach Certification Training that is now our self-study program. So I'm so excited to serve the African American and other minority communities. And so we are making space. We don't have time to prove to other people that our lives matter. We have to only prove to ourselves that the skills that we have during this lifetime will be put to use. And so the way we do that is investing in our education, and we show up, and our clients tell us how much our services matter, how much our knowledge and our skills and our ability to listen to them and make them feel heard and supported and hold them accountable. They tell us how much that matters to them. So that's where the Black Life Coach movement came from, an uprising of let's make space for African American women of faith in the life coaching community. Because one thing I know for sure, and y'all definitely tell me when you call, is that you do not see a lot of Black women in this space, especially successful Black women in the life coaching space. So I'm here to show you what can be done. One of our future life coaches called and she said, Coach AJ, I'm seeing a lot of people calling themselves life coaches. Will I be successful? And I said, well, the only success I can prove is mine and those of my clients. The only success that you're responsible for is yours. And the only way you can show up and show out is to do what you know it needs to be done, what God has laid on your heart. And so I lead and live by example. So with me training and certifying coaches, I show you guys behind the scenes of my lifestyle and things like that. I have a lot of fun. I eat really good, which was one of my main goals, because I remember being a young girl in government housing, low income. We didn't really have food in our fridge until food stamp day, when everybody would go and fill up a grocery cart. You could get to pick out your favorite snack. Mine was always a big candy lady jar of pickles. But in between food stamp days, you are lucky to have bologna and white bread and some mayonnaise left in a jar. And I remember wishing for cheese on that bologna sandwich. I remember wishing for lettuce and tomato. And when I would see that on TV, I remember watching Seventh Heaven. And man, their family was so big. All the kids. This was a Christian household. The dad was a pastor. But they would be in the kitchen fixing these elaborate sandwiches with tomatoes and lettuce. And they would put mustard on it, Dijon. They had chips and drinks. And I said, you know what? When I grow up, I'm going to eat good like that. As I ate my wish sandwich of bologna, bread, and mayo. So now, and a coach helped me to realize this today. He calls it, he calls it infinity marketing. But it's basically where coaches like me, we show you the life that we live because it's possible for you too. And so when I show pictures of my food, I'm vegetarian, and you will never know it looking at me because we still thick and sexy. And so you guys are commenting in my inbox like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Where is that? And one lady said, please, you eat so good. And I'm like, thank you. That was like one of my life's goals, was to eat good. And so to know that I get to eat good thanks to my life coaching is a lifestyle choice that I choose daily. I just got back from picking up a really good entree from one of my new faves here in Atlanta, a Black-owned vegan spot that I've just spent so much money with the last few days. But I'm excited because that's a part of my journey now. So you can only guarantee your success. I've introduced several new projects at the top of this year. And some of you guys have come on board and hung out with me. I'm not charging a lot for these programs like blacklifecoachclass.com. It's only $27. I have a couple other $27 programs that I recently introduced to you guys. And several of you guys have said yes. I think 20, we'll be right at 20 very soon, who are hanging out with me for the rest of the year just to see how I make money. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. So when you see it done, it's easy to duplicate it because it's now your template. It's copy paste, but in your own model. So I have several $1 million mentors, so much so that one that I just was introduced to, signed up to work with, inspired me, and I made about $2,100 in the first 6 days of this year, and we're only on day number 6. So it's possible for you to have success in this industry. It's possible for you to make the difference that you want to make. It's possible for you to get paid to be who you are, to live the lifestyle that you've always dreamed since you were a kid, and to finally put a price tag and receive money, donations, gifts, food as a result of you charging for the skill that you already do. Because think about it, Black woman. Anytime our girls call and need advice or need a listening ear, whether we're getting paid or not, we gonna do it because we're such good friends. But at the same time, every time we hang up the phone, it's always like, oh, Lord, here we go again. So either you're tired from talking and pouring out so much, or you're like, you know what? I love pouring out. I just wish I could pay my bills with pouring out. Well, it's time to start getting paid. And I'm teaching you the 3 strategies called Connect, Coach, and Convert. That's all in the Black Masterclass over at blacklifecoachclass.com. I got to say it slow because I give out so many websites. I have 50 different websites now and counting. I get ideas and thoughts for new websites and products and ways to serve you guys and show up. So that's my online real estate. So that portfolio is definitely growing. And some of the sites I will be selling soon. So I'm excited about that. One of my coaches introduced me to that as well. So thank you guys for hanging out. I'm just jumping on to talk about blacklifecoachclass.com. A lot of you have questions about becoming a life coach. What is a life coach? Is it like counseling? I shared some of our coach names on a list last night in my Facebook stories. I got an inbox message saying, how can I become one of those names on the list? So all of that journey begins over at blacklifecoachclass.com. You guys will see me sharing more about our coaches who have gone through our program successfully. They've completed the course and they've graduated. They've coached. They've demonstrated these skills. They've learned everything they need to go out and be successful. So you get to see where they started, because that's usually where you are, thinking, doing your research, calling around, reaching out for information, following other coaches, and just wondering, can you do this? Is this for you? I'm going to show you some examples of people who are doing it, have done it, will continue to do it. The question is, will you be one? What would you like for your legacy to be here on this earth? Will it be, she was an amazing coach. She was a great listener. I really admired her lifestyle. She took such good care of herself and she helped provide for her family and she never wanted for anything. Or I really admired how she made her own money. I really admired that she worked for herself. All of these things happen. You truly become a Proverbs 31 woman in the flesh when your family looks at you and call you blessed because they see your success. And I'm speaking from personal experience. I can show you guys screenshots from our family Facebook group when I announced that I'm officially Dr. A.J. Austin after being awarded my honorary degree this last few weeks or so. And the family is proud because I'm representing for generations past, present, and future and showing them what is possible, what can be done. And you can do the same thing in your life and in your family. So if you want to know what that journey looks like, becoming a Black certified life coach, head over to blacklifecoachclass.com. Again, that's blacklifecoachclass.com. It's only $27. It will tell you everything you need to know to get started with becoming a certified life coach online in one day with me and my company, the International Center for Life Coach Training, in our one-day life coach certification self-study system. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you have questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comments box below, and I will definitely be back with future learning. Remember, there is someone, somewhere, future Black coach. They're waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs, because it's when you let your light shine, you give others permission to do the same. I am Dr. A.J. Austin, founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training. I'm your Master Life Coach Certification Trainer. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Just post them in the comments below, and I'll see you soon. Turn those notifications on. God bless. Bye, future Black Life Coach.